going to tell us all about Bourke parrots. So, Paul, starting off, how long have you kept Bourke parrots and what got you into them?
I started off with Bourkes in about 1998. I bought just a pair of rows of Bourkes, which both turned out to be cocks. So after about 2 years, I bought a few more hens, you know. So that's one of the biggest problems with the mutation ones. They're hard to sex, while in the normal ones, they're quite simple.
How?
With the cockbirds have blue on the forehead, just above the chin. They have blue. But in the roses and pinks, they're exactly the same.
Okay. Okay, so you started with them in '98. How many of them have you got? How do you keep them? Do you keep them on their own, with anything? You know, that kind of stuff. You know, their housing.
Right, I've got about 5 pair just now. I keep them in mixed cages with finches, scarlets. So you can keep Bourkes with scarlets or Turks and they don't hybridise or fight. You can colony breed Bourkes, but you never know what you're going to breed from those. So I try to keep one pair to a cage with a pair of scarlets and a few finches in that. And they're very quiet birds, they never fight.
So yeah, okay. So what kind of challenges then do they present? Because it sounds like they're just about the ideal aviary bird, Paul. You know, do they have any challenges, things to look out for, like you know, health issues or something like that you know that they're forever getting?
Bourkes are a very hardy bird. I've only ever had, I think, one bird die. One Bourke, I think it probably had worms. They're extremely hardy. The thing which I like about them is there's various mutations occurring now, so I try and concentrate on those. So on the slides here, I've just shown some of the ones I've got and some of the different mutations which there are in Europe now, and there's a lot of very pretty birds coming out of there.
Wow.
And their requirements are very simple. I just feed mine on a finch mix with some greens.
Wow. And they rear on it?
And they rear on that. With the roses and the pinks, I think you would normally get about 4 to a nest. In the normal Bourkes, you might get 1 or 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
I had one cockbird there a few years ago who used to rear about 20 between 2 hens. He'd always have 2 hens down, and he would rear about 20 odd birds for the year. So they're quite good like that.
Now one of their names is night parrot. Obviously, you're not going to get night parrot money, are you?
No.
But are they active at night? Like, have you noticed that?
Yeah, Bourkes do fly around of a night, especially just near dusk. They're very active then. They feed right up until dark. Some people don't like them with finches because they fly around during the night, but I haven't found it worries the birds at all. They all settle in after a while, so they're pretty good at that. But they do fly overnight and call.
Okay, and in fledging them, etc., you've got no periods where there's, like last time we had with scarlet-chested parrots, you know, like there was a problem with fledging the birds if you had earth-floored aviaries, etc. Well, you've got them in with finches, so that'd be earth-floored and everything, but you have no trouble with with them whatsoever. Okay. Well then, has anyone got a particular question that they'd like to ask about Bourke's parrots? You know, while we've got Paul on the hot seat. Yeah, mate.
Yeah. Paul, you said sexing the roses and the pinks is hard. You got any clues about it at all, or is it impossible, or is it just hard?
It's quite hard. What I find with the birds, once the Bourkes get to, say, about 3 months of age, you can whistle and the cockbirds will call back to you. But the problem with this is that there's always one dominant cock. And I had this example once where I had about 8 or 9 pink birds in one cage, and I'd whistle, and one cockbird would start to call back, so I'd catch him out, put him to a side, and then one more cock had come up, and in the end, I think from about the 13 birds, there was 10 cocks. So, but that's one way. With the roses, the hens have normally got a dirtier face. Like the cocks are fairly clear and the hens are dirty. But with the pinks are quite hard.
Does the hen carry a stripe under a wing or not?
The stripe.
Roses always carry the stripe, like it's a wide stripe. With the normals, supposedly the hen carries the white stripe, but I don't think it's reliable. And
Okay.
with the pinks, they're the same as the roses. They've got quite a wide band beneath the wing.
Okay. Isaac, you had a question? Didn't you have a question?
Why do they have feathers?
Why the feathers so bright?
Can't you tell a reptile person that has slithered in our meeting? The reptile club is down the road. Okay, well, Paul, how about let's have a quick look at the mutations that you've got.
Are they good food for snakes?
Oh, I think they would be.
You're going too far. Now.
Give it a flick through. Oh, right out.
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't mean that for you.
That's a normal Bourke cockbird. See how just above the cere there's blue, and that's the telltale part. You also have the blue on the cream Bourkes as well. The cockbird will show blue there, but roses and pinks don't. It's a bit dark, this one, but they're a pair of cream birds. The cockbird's on the front side here. He's a lot darker than the hen. Next one. That's one of the ones I'm trying to concentrate on now, is this very pale yellow bird. So that hen is yellow on the back. It's like a saddleback on the back.
Yeah.
That's the cockbird of the same mutation. He's quite a nice cockbird.
Blue over his nose too, isn't
Yeah, he's got the blue on the nose and, blue shoulders. That's that's the European name, but we just say it was a pink hen. Pink bird. That's a dark pink. That's some of the Europeans call them dun fallow. They're quite a nice bird. They're very dark red. You can see on the bird's wing there's a white stripe. That shows that it's rosa. That's a pair of breeding pair there. The cock on this side's a dark pink and the hen's a cream. That's a European one, of that same one before, the yellow pastel. I don't think it's really attractive, but that's what they've been breeding. This is another European bird, yellow pastel cream, quite red on the stomach and that. This is what they call a pink lacewing. You can see on this bird, it's got that lacewing part like a normal bird, but it's actually a cream, so it's got a red eye. That's just a normal rosa. See, he's fairly clean the back. These are a few ones which have been bred around Australia with blue. There's quite a few people now trying to breed blue through the backs and the rumps, and there's a few birds now which are fairly blue all round. That's another blue one. That's a blue coming out in a cream. This is a blue fronted normal cock. So just down the front there's a fair bit of blue, and you'd also find on that cockbird his back was quite blue as well.
These are coloured red to produce the colours, aren't they? Birds carrying a colour.
They're coloured.
They're paired to get the colour.
Yes, yeah. That's just showing some of the blue you can come out on the birds. I'm afraid my finger's in the wrong spot there, but that cockbird's got a very dark blue rump, and very blue shoulders. These are some of the European ones, a spangle. As far as I know, there's nothing like this in Australia. Same thing with a spangled hen. But I'm sure that there'll be a few of these get blown in soon.
Flying. They're flying.
Yeah, they can fly in. This is a Lutino cockbird, European again. The Dutch and Belgians have quite a few of these ones, Lutino hen. I think that's it.
And that's it. Well, thank you very much for that. And can we upload those to the website?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.